Well, welcome back to Northeast Current. Now, most of us know who are from the region that it's been a long winter, but spring is definitely here, and most of us will be outdoors trying to beautify our spaces and making some gorgeous, gorgeous environments for fun and entertainment. Well, you cannot believe who was with us. Jamie Durie. I'm sure you all know him. He is that hunk of a man, of a host on HGTV's famous show, The Outdoor Room. Jamie, welcome to Northeast Current, and I know you're sitting out there in your beautiful garden out there in Los Angeles, my old hometown. So welcome to Northeast Current. Jamie, can you please give us a few tips how we can create a beautiful outdoor paradise in our own backyard?
Well, to be honest, this is a garden that we created on HGTV on the Outdoor Room a little while ago, and it's really blooming right now. And when I think about gardens, I'm also thinking about maintenance and good health. And so this year I've picked out a whole range of amazing products from my friends at Lowe's, and I've got my low voltage system here, which is the Cobalt range of power equipment, and it's one battery that powers 7 tools, which is incredible. So I'm not using gas, I'm treading lightly on the environment, 0 emissions into the environment, and no nasty power cables, so I can sort of power these things up. 40 volts, which is all the power you need, and no cables. But then, of course, for all you girls out there, I want to make sure you get the right color in your garden as well.
Jamie, thank you. Those were some great suggestions. What are some of your ideas for adding a burst of color to our backyards?
If I'm adding color, I'm using a whole range of things like super petunias. I've got nemesia here, and my friends at Proven Winners have put together a lovely selection to make sure that I'm actually using water-wise plants that are giving me lots of lovely color. Now, if I'm furnishing in the backyard, you know, if you've got an outdoor lounge room like this.
Jamie, as a matter of fact, I have an 80-acre backyard, but yours looks like it's so contained and has a lot of pizzazz.
So this is really about decorating your outdoor environment with using this outdoor room philosophy like I always have done, you know, with beautiful outdoor fabrics, cushions, and you can interchange the colors. It's under the Allen and Roth brand at Lowe's, and it's really very comfortable. You know, technology these days has really changed, whereas the fabrics exist outside, the sponge is okay for outdoors, and of course all this furniture is made out of aluminum, so it really is the sort of stuff you can leave outdoors all year round, and you know it's going to be just fine next spring. But are you growing any fruits or vegetables or herbs in your garden?
Jamie, I'm afraid I was not blessed with a green thumb. Kind of manicured, however. But can you give us a few tips on vegetable growing?
This is a really great way to garden. So, you know, I'm all about controlling the food that goes into our children's mouths, reducing pesticides and herbicides, and of course, making sure you've got fresh, nutritious vegetables and herbs straight onto the barbecue, or the barbie as we call it back in Australia, and then you take it into your dining room. And I'm so passionate about this, I even wrote a book on the subject, which is called Edible Garden Design. It's available right now in the US, and this is all really about designing with edible plants to make sure you've got a garden that looks as good as it tastes.
Well, Jamie, you're in an area where all of the latest trends really occur. What is really, in your opinion, kind of passe and very last year when it comes to patio furniture and the like?
Well, yes, you know, I'm getting a little tired of the swans that have been cut out of car tires. I think we can say goodbye to those, but these days they're even making this incredible mulch, which is actually made out of recycled car rubber, and so again you're using a product which would normally go from landfill straight into a mulch, which keeps the moisture, the nutrients, and all the soil exactly where it needs to be. So during that dry season through summer, you're making sure you're keeping the soil nice and moist. And instead of making swans out of car tires, we're now blending it up and putting it onto the garden as mulch. That's a great eco tip.
Well, Jamie, I hate to say goodbye, but before we do, is there anything you'd like to tell us as far as what we can do this year to really add some more pizzazz to our backyard patios?
I would just say to everyone, you know, take care in the environment, make sure that you're You're looking at all the technology available out there. As I said, cobalt, with that low voltage range of power equipment means you don't have to use gas or petrol in the garden, which means it's quieter, it's better for the environment, and you get a lovely healthy garden. So when the kids get out here, they can eat fresh fruit and vegetables straight from your garden source. Go to Lowe's.com for more details, and the social media hashtag is #SpringIsCalling. I'm so excited. Get out there, guys. I'll see you soon on HGTV.
Jamie Durie, I look forward to reading one of the many books that you've written, and thank you so much for joining us today on Northeast Current.
Congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now.
Well, have you tried saving?
Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Well, welcome back to Northeast Current. I'm your host, Lisa Marie Gurley, and I'd like to ask you a question. Have you ever thought about starting your own business? Well, joining us today is the Entrepreneurship Organization Global Chairman, Rosemary Tan. And in her estimation, based on a survey that was taken globally, 67% of those of us who start our own businesses are responsible for our own economy. We'd like to welcome Rosemary to our show today, and she has some very interesting information to give to you. Welcome, Rosemary. Rosemary, what are some of the trends that you're seeing now in entrepreneurship, both in the United States and globally for that matter?
Well, the latest trend that we see, that we just did a global entrepreneur indicator, a survey that we do every biannually. And this is a survey among our 10,000 members, and the trend shows that it's jobs, jobs, and jobs. So we are creating jobs all over U.S., and 57% of our members actually added full-time employment in the past 6 months. So I would say that's positive news about the economy.
And how are entrepreneurs affecting the local economy?
Because the entrepreneur companies are creating jobs, I would say that the trend that from our survey shows that 71% of our member companies are actually going to add more full-time employment. I mean, this is full-time, not just part-time employment in the next 6 months. And we would like to ask the audience basically to widen your horizon. If you're looking for a job in your local community, don't just look at big companies, look for entrepreneurial companies, because we are impacting the local community and we're helping the local economies thrive.
So I'm assuming now by what you're saying that it's appropriate to start a business pretty much at any age.
Yes, entrepreneurs can start anytime, and basically entrepreneurs has a different makeup, what we call different DNA. Instead of barriers, we like to see opportunities, and we like to meet needs that are out there. And in the local community, we encourage entrepreneurs to look for like-minded peers, those who have actually started their companies. And if you want to find us, we actually have local chapters all over the US, and you can look for us at eonetwork.org.
Rosemary, with the entire global economy rediscovering itself and recovering from harder times, how does one in the entrepreneurial world stay optimistic when thinking about business?
Oh, definitely. If you look at just the data alone that we've just collected, we have 10,000 members in 42 countries, in 140 chapters around the world. And look at the revenues we're bringing in. We're collectively, all the companies put together, we're bringing in $565 billion worth of sales revenue. And we are employing 2.2 million people worldwide. And I would say that would be optimism. That puts us in the forefront of decision making about growth and about job creation. And another data, 88% of our companies, our members, actually more than willing to start a company in this current economic situation. And that's much better than 5 years ago.
And are there many statistics to back up the success rate of those starting their own business in our economy today?
I don't have that exact figure, but if you look at the figures that we do have, 85% of our members actually feel that the economy will sustain or actually improve. And not only that, 86% of our members feel that the sales will actually increase in the next 6 months, and that would be the optimism. So not only the optimism, but because we are here to learn and grow together, we are here to help each other be successful. So the fact that you're starting out at the right point with a group of peers, that will really help you grow your entrepreneurial company.
Rosemary, before we have to say goodbye to you, is there anything else you can add that our viewers can take home with them today to start their own business?
No, but the more of the survey data is available online, so please visit us at eonetwork.org.
Well, thank you, Rosemary. You've been an inspiration, and I think I'm going to run out and start my own business. How about you? I was your host for today, Lisa Marie Gurley, and thank you for joining us on Northeast Current. We'll see you next time.